And I think this information is quite interesting, that according to Russian diplomat, NATO's Baltic exercises are part of a preparation for military clash with Russia. This is reported by TASS news agency. Let's go for some little details. So NATO's Baltops 2025 naval exercises in the Baltic Sea are a part of their alliance's preparations for a potential military clash with Russia. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko has told the TASS. We have a quote here. We consider NATO's military activities to be a part of preparations for a military clash with Russia. If we look at what these drills are aimed at, look at their term, their structure of troops deployment, their capabilities, qualities, and objectives for these exercises, we will see that they are aimed at the countering matching adversary, which is Russia. He said, they are practicing superiority in all operational environments, on the ground, in the air, and the sea. The senior Russian diplomat added, of course, such exercises are extremely provocative. And by the way, right now, we're going to see a situation on the Baltics when there will be two naval exercises simultaneously, NATO exercises and also Russian Baltic fleets exercises, in which I believe a number of vessels from North Sea fleet are participating also. And as many even members of our community are suggesting in the comment sections, Baltic Sea is definitely one of the areas where we might at one point see direct clashes between NATO and Russian forces due to constant escalatory steps that NATO is taking in this direction. They are basically saying openly, not even hiding, officials from NATO member states, that they want to turn Baltic Sea into their kind of internal sea, internal lake, sort of, and disturb navigation that is connected with Russia. They are already harassing. There was many instances when they were harassing vessels that were either moving towards Russian ports or leaving Russian ports. And eventually, Moscow had no option but to also take some actions. And when oil tanker was detained by Russian Navy, that was moving from Estonian port, because this game can be played by both sides, isn't it? And since then, I did not see in Russian media, at least, any reports about any vessel being harassed by NATO countries on the Baltics. But things might change. Things might change quite fast. So therefore, I agree with members of our community who considers Baltics to be one of the areas where NATO may actually provoke direct clash with Russian Federation. So therefore, this statement of Russian high-ranking diplomat should be taken seriously, and that's why I'm sharing. Moscow is monitoring situation, of course, and will take whatever steps are necessary to ensure security of the Russian interests, Russian citizens, and so on. And when it comes to escalation against Russia by NATO member states, we have this report from Vzglyad newspaper that Britain is going to increase its nuclear forces. UK government is considering expanding NATO nuclear capabilities, aimed doubts about the US readiness to defend Europe. Bloomberg reports Britain is considering stepping up its role in a NATO's nuclear deterrent aimed. I already said that. Why these media outlets are repeating same sentences? Twice. What the hell? Anyways, sorry, dear friends. So Prime Minister of UK, Keir Starmer, has promised to make Britain ready for a war to counter threat from Russia in Europe. If anybody is creating any threats in Europe, it's Europe itself, right? It's NATO member states, EU member states. This is just factual, right? UK is exploring new capabilities, including nuclear-capable fighter jets, to boost London's nuclear contribution through their alliance. Move would complement an already planned modernization of British nuclear forces, including an upgrade to Trident system, a 15 billion pound investment, and they're building up to 12 new submarines under their AUKUS partnership with Australia and the US, aimed at concerns that Washington may reduce its support for European security. Discussions in Europe are intensifying over defense spending and nuclear safety. William Alberti, a senior fellow at the Pacific Forum in Berlin, said these measures are intended to offset the risk of possible weakening of US involvement in the alliance. Britain's security strategy review, published on Monday, specifically stated that their country was ready to take on a greater role in nuclear deterrence in the Euro-Atlantic region. The document reflects growing concerns among European leaders about the need to increase their own defense spending, and also takes into account calls by US President Donald Trump for NATO countries to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP. Ahead of review publication, Stammer told the BBC Radio, "They are right, we must collectively take greater responsibility. Currently, only UK and France possess nuclear weapons among European NATO members, and only Britain officially provides its nuclear forces to defend the alliance," according to Bloomberg publication. And well, one should keep in mind, dear friends, that UK will not be nuclear power if not US. UK's nuclear capabilities are 100% dependent on US Trident missiles, and separately, UK, without US assistance, UK would not be able to basically maintain its strategic nuclear fleet. It's just factual. Also, one should keep in mind that current nuclear submarines of UK, Vanguard class nuclear submarines, are like 40 years old or something like that, and barely, from 4 nuclear submarines, barely one is operational at any given time. And even though there is a programs to build new submarines, well, based on experience of newly built UK's aircraft carriers that are never operational, basically. They are constantly experiencing technical difficulties. It's a joke, right? Both aircraft carriers are a joke, right? Floating cans, basically. And I'm afraid a very similar situation will be with this newly built British nuclear submarine. And there are people that are living in areas where this nuclear submarine is gonna be parked. They should think about moving away from there, because based on quality of build of those aircraft carriers, one may assume that these new nuclear submarines of UK gonna be extreme hazard, right? They're gonna experience so many issues that they might create a nuclear disaster for UK without any assistance from any other actors. Hello everyone, I hope you find informative and useful this short clip from main news update, and if so, please click that like button and leave some commentary just about anything. It might help to deal with the algorithm and reach wider audience. And if you like my work in general and want to support to save this media project, you can assist through several ways. You can donate to this project through PayPal platform or Boosty, also with the crypto currencies, or you can subscribe to my Patreon page and page on Boosty, where I have quite a lot of extra content on regular basis. All the links are on this video in description box and in the pinned comment. And of course, many thanks to everyone who already helped and continues to support. Thank you.